going to be sharing with you how I was able to close over 1 million in high ticket close deals by the age of 19 years old. Right now, the marketing on high ticket sales, I know there's a lot of people sharing this is the best way to objection handle, this is the best way to have a discovery, this is how you should do this as a sales guru. I don't want to come off as a sales guru. I'm going to be giving you guys literally my sauce from trenching in high ticket close deals for the past 3 years. Pretty much all the resources that anyone would need to have a successful career in high ticket sales. And I'm specifically going to be sharing with you guys how I'm able to close $15,000 deals within 15 minutes. That is literally getting someone to know, love, and trust you within 15 minutes to drop that amount of money. I personally believe when it comes to getting someone to pay $15,000 in full, it takes the same amount of effort to close someone for a 3K PIF. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you guys the fundamentals, everything that you need from my experience in the past 3 years. It's going to be very boring. Like I'm telling you guys right now, the information I'm giving you guys is information I paid thousands and thousands from a whole bunch of NLP coaches and sales mentors and all that good stuff like that. Like, stick around because this information straight up could be used ethically or unethically. You can use it with your girlfriend, you can use it with your parents, you can use it in business. I don't really care how you do it, just use it ethically. It just straight off, just like literally straight from this sauce. Okay, so the biggest thing and the number one thing I want to address is your mindset. Okay, your mindset is the number one most important thing you must lock down when it comes to high ticket sales. I kid you guys not. Think about it like this. If I give you guys a script and this script is a guaranteed a 98% close rate if you say it verbatim, and it'll close any deal, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, okay? But let's say I give it to a homeless guy versus a millionaire in his 30s. Okay, who do you think is going to perform better? The homeless guy or the millionaire? 100%, and everyone will say millionaire, because if you don't, like, come on. Okay, so a millionaire. Why? Because he probably has what? More conviction, more confidence. We can keep stacking all day long. Probably better tonality. He looks better, right? Looks good, sharper, compared to, no disrespect to the homeless guy, but he's probably dirty and he doesn't have any confidence, or he's not sharp, or he's slow. And we literally can go all day long when it comes to stuff like this, right? But I want to paint the picture here for you guys. It's not about, how you're saying it or the script, the perfect script or the perfect objection handle. No, it's the person that is on the other side of the phone. Like it's the person, it's literally the person speaking. Okay, so you as a sales rep. That was the number one thing that I had to wrap my head around. And to give you guys some more context, okay, I'm currently 21 years old. I'm not trenching in high ticket sales as much as I used to at 18, 19, and 20. I was literally taking like 10-hour days of sales calls and all that stuff. But before, when I first started in sales, I was doing wholesale real estate at 16 years old. And then at 17, I did door-to-door for my own mowing lawn company, going door to door, like trench work. And then after, when I graduated high school, I did telemarketing cold calling, which was doing about $600, $800 a day. This is where I actually genuinely built my confidence on the phone when it came to closing deals. And then I stepped into the high ticket sales space, ran up as a DM setter, call setter, then became a closer for a personal development coach, closing packages from $15,000 to $83,000. Now, to give you guys some more context, when I first started my very, very first high ticket closing role, it was a $15K offer. It was 6 months. So let me write this down here. It was a $15K offer. It was 6 months, and it was all over the phone. Okay. This was not Zoom call. So some people think, some sales calls, yes, are over Zoom and all that stuff. Excuse that. But this one was over the phone. Okay. Now, when it came to closing 15K deals over the phone, you had to make sure that the person that you were on this phone, especially because it was a personal development offer, they're going to you for help, okay? They're already, especially with high ticket sales, no matter what you're selling, all these leads are getting booked into your calendar. They're inbound leads. They're hot, they're warm, they're literally booking on your calendar. And the mindset you have to have is, I'll see if I can help them out. Because most closers will hop into these sales calls and they want to say, oh, I hope I close this deal. I hope that this call closes. I hope this is an easy close. I hope this guy isn't going to give me a hard time. Or, I hope this guy no-shows. Some closers will do that. And I've definitely been in ruts like that where I don't want to take sales calls. Now, this is where you have to reframe it and genuinely come off as serving this prospect. Okay? And not to mention, before I even get into the sales aspect of things, you want to make sure that you're selling an offer that genuinely gets people results. Because where does confidence come from? It comes from conviction. When you have conviction in yourself, in the offer that you're selling, in how you sound, and what you're doing, you're confident. And so when I have conviction for this offer, I know we got results. I know we've done it multiple times. I know that we can help this person out, get to the next level in their life, whatever it might be. You have conviction with how you're selling. Same thing as a salesperson. If you're not in high ticket sales, you know that, if you do, like for me, I've done a whole bunch of cold calling. I've done door to door. For me to step into high ticket sales and take hot inbound leads, it's a no-brainer. I have the conviction to do it because I've done worse, right? So confidence and conviction. Going into the serving method, okay? Like we're here to serve these leads or prospects on the call. Regardless, no matter what happens, I'm here to get this person, results. Okay, this is the mindset stuff. I'm gonna do my best. So what I like to do is like to pre-frame. I'd be like, hey, tell me what's going on, and I'll see if I can help you out. That's it. I'll see if I can help you out. And then they'll explain a little briefly, and I'm like, hey, look, I want to spend 15, 20 minutes with you, get an understanding of what you want, where you're looking to get to, and if I feel like we can help you out, I'll definitely point you in the right direction. If not lead name, I will still point you in the right direction nonetheless. I've had conversations with leads that are very local to me that I denied them because one, maybe they're just not a good fit, or two, they just couldn't afford it, and I would take them out for coffee because they were down the road. Crazy experiences. But it's because I genuinely come from a place of serving whoever I'm working with or whatever conversation I'm having with. I want to find a way to serve them because sales is energy. If you come off like the homeless guy with the script, and if you hear that person on the side of the phone, there's going to be something weird. You ever look at someone or you ever talk to someone and they're just like, dude, there's something off about this person. The same thing with sales. If you come off like salesy or desperate, it's one of those things where like, I know like when I was doing cold calling, when I would get hung up on all the time, every new phone call was a new phone call. They had no idea what the last conversation was like. Same thing with high ticket sales, right? Especially with like, you have to have a clean sheet. If you're having a bad day and it's your last call and you need to close because maybe you're on a PIP and your sales manager's on your ass, or you're about to get let go if you don't perform, or you feel like you don't deserve to be on the sales team if you're not performing, like all these different things, your mindset matters the most here. You got to know you don't need the sale. Detach yourself from the sale. You're here to serve this prospect, and you're not even too sure you can even help them out in the first place. This is literally the core fundamentals that you need to have. And not only that, like if you have experience in high ticket sales and you're an existing salesperson, you've had amazing days before in the past, you can go back and go listen to your sales call recordings, right? Like you literally can get your hands dirty with all that stuff. It's very simple. So there's a couple of things I like to do within these conversations when I'm closing high ticket. It's pre-frame, discovery, state, pitch, takeaway, and then congratulate, and then price drop. Okay. So right now with social media, I know that there's a lot of reels out there showing that like, oh, this is the best way to objection handle, and this is the best way to have like in your discovery, these are the right questions to ask. I think it's a whole bunch of baloney. I think, and I know from my sales conversations that I've had, for me for nothing else matters but this conversation I'm having right now with this person on the phone. Literally nothing. When I'm on these phone calls, I want to know what's really going on. Because every single time there's someone on a high ticket like offer, like especially for the personal development offer I was on, they're in some type of pain, and I have to figure out the problem, what that pain is, how long they've been struggling with that pain, what solution do they want, or what solution do they think they want, because sometimes most people don't know, which is why they're on these calls. And this could be for a variety of different offers, which I'll walk down here with you guys here in a moment. But the biggest thing is the pre-frame. Okay. It varies for me depending on the lead. Like I said, this is all within 15 minutes, guys, by the way. Like, I want you to know, like, this is a 15-minute process. This isn't 30 minutes Zoom call. This isn't 45 minutes or an hour. This is literally 15 minutes. Okay. Very simple phone call. So the pre-frame. Hey dude, tell me what's going on. I'll see if I can help you out. And I shut up. And the reason why I keep it so simple is because 80% of the conversation, you want it to be them talking, and 20% is you just asking questions or just diving deeper. You need to live by this. I kid you not. This will make your life easier. This will increase your sales by a crazy amount. Like it's insane. So tell me what's going on. I'll see if I can help you out. Okay. This is where we immediately dive into the discovery. Now, if a prospect is an A-type lead, meaning they want to take control of the conversation, or, they want to dictate, okay, how much is the price? This. I got to reframe. Hey, lead name, I'm not even too sure we can even help you out. Okay. I want to spend 15 minutes getting to know you, 20 minutes getting a better understanding of what you're looking for, just to see if we can even help. If I can, I'll invite you to what we have to offer. If not, I will still point you in the right direction. Okay. There's different ways to, pre-frame, but super important to let them know. You'll see if you can help them out. It's not a guarantee. You're not here to immediately, because most, especially with like leads today, they think they can hop on sales calls and immediately demand that, I deserve this product. What do you have to offer? Right? And I sit here and I'm just like, dude, I have nothing for you. I have nothing for you. Tell me, why should I let you buy from me as a closer or as a coach? But at the same time, making sure you're in alignment as serving this lead and what's best for them. So don't be an a-hole, right? And the most important, and especially like if you're a high ticket closer, you'll have a better understanding of how these conversations go in the discovery. Like I said, your job is to figure out their pain in the discovery. Let me change the color on this one. See if I can make it pink. Okay. So there's a big pain in discovery, and it can be for any offer. It could be for like, let's say you're day traders or personal development or a TikTok shop or any offer, literally anything. What's the goal? Simplify it. Let's start with this. If you can make any amount of money per month, how much do you want to make? Cool. Whatever their goal is, whether it's a trader, they want to make more money, they want to become profitable, they want to hit $50,000 a month, they want to get rid of their anxiety, if a personal development offer, they want to hit 50,000 views on their TikTok shop portfolio, if they're trying to scale their YouTube, or if they're like all these offers that I've sold, or fitness, like if they want to go down to 150 pounds and they want to have a lean body or have abs. What I always like to do with their goals is I like to break it. I like to break their frame. And what I mean by break their frame and their goals is, for example, if someone tells me they want to make $5,000 as a trader, and they've been trading for the past 2 years, and $5,000 is their goal, I will look at them straight up in the eyes and I'll be like, dude, that's it? Really? That's it? That's it? And I'll just shut up. And they'll be like, well, I would actually love to make $20,000. Their frame is broken. You can do the same thing for any offer. If they want to lose weight, they want to lose 170, why not lose 160, bro, and do this? Or if they want to get a certain amount of views on their TikTok shop account, why not get 100,000 views and more? You want to break their frame. You want to break the limiting beliefs and have them dive deep on their problems, right? So if they have their goals they're telling you everything, what's holding them back from getting it today? What's the problem? What's the pain? Are they what's taking up majority of the time? Discover what's been real. Have they tried or invested in themselves before in the past? What's going on that's essentially holding these guys back? There's a wall there. You have to figure out the wall, how long that wall's been there, and what have they done to try and get rid of it. And we can go. I'll have more videos on this stuff, but it's super, super simple stuff. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is state. Now that you have a list of all of their goals, what you want to do is simply be like, okay, you want to essentially spit every single one of their goals right back at them. The same exact words, literally the same exact words. So I would be like, for example, let's say a trader came to me and they want to make $20,000 a month and they haven't been profitable for the past 3 years, and they've invested in mentors before in the past. And I just say, like, if I'm super casual and I say, hey, look, prospect lead name. If you're making $20,000 a month, you're profitable, you invested into a mentor that actually genuinely cares into you, man, about you. You're doing one-on-one calls, you're group coaching, you're training every single day. You're surrounded by a killer of network of traders that, are absolutely killing it. You're traveling, you're taking care of your family. Dude, how's that going to make you feel? And I shut up again. The reason why I ask this question is because it puts them into a positive state. And what they're going to end up saying is like, dude, you know what? I would feel free, man. I would feel happy. I would feel joyful. I would feel amazing. They're going to be giving you their values. 99% of the time, I encourage you and I challenge you to listen to these things. They're going to end up spitting out their values throughout these conversations, okay? And if you don't know values, these are core values that essentially move the needle in someone's life. If someone's number one value in their life is freedom, like for example, my number one value is freedom. I can't work a 9-to-5 job because I hate it, because it restricts my freedom. I love to travel because it's more freedom. This is my core value. What is their core value? Is it happiness? Is it freedom? Is it stability? Most of the time it's freedom and stability and happiness. So you just figure out what they want to do, right? Or what their goal is. So the whole reason why I put them in a state before I even mention anything about the product is because right after they're in a good state, I immediately go into our product delivery and what we do, how I do it, and what we deliver. Because they're feeling good, they're amazing, and they feel amazing. Now, here's a couple things that I love to do all the time is, let's say when I had mentioned when I put them in a state and they said, dude, Adam, I would feel amazing. I would say, amazing. well, look, dude, I have this program, or this is the program that we have to offer. It's 6 months. It's going to be going over this. It's going to be going over this. It's literally designed to make you an amazing trader, right? So I'm spitting the same words at them. All right, we can literally go all day with stuff like that, okay? But that's the whole purpose of like literally right after the state, go over the program, go over details, tie them down, all that good stuff. Now, you can tie it down all day long, right? The next thing I love to do is takeaway. I like to take away what happens if they don't make a decisions today, and I also like to qualify them 10 times more. So takeaway, I would say takeaway / qualify. Q. I want to know how bad they want to make a decision today and how important this is for them. So what I'll do is I'll say, like, we just walk them through how amazing our product is, how it's going to change their life, all this good stuff, right? Now, I want to take it away from them. So look, I can be honest with them. Hey, dude, look. The main offer creator of this program, he's very selective, because we want to make sure the people we're working with is actually getting results, which is actually true. Like, I will straight up ask these questions, these takeaway and qualifiers. And if someone gives me shitty answers, I will straight up tell them, hey, dude, like, no shot. Like, this isn't for you. Have a good rest of your day. Right? Like, very, very simple. Okay. So like, hey, on a scale of 0 to 10, how important is this for you? And then if they say 10, you can be like, dude, I love that. Why a 10? Why not like a 8 or a 9 like some guys tell me or some people tell me? And now they're selling themselves on why they would do it. And you can ask a whole bunch of questions around this. Like I said, there's so many other videos you guys can look at on topics like that. Now, you're qualifying them. How important is this for you to actually get started? Or how soon would you want the goals that you would want? How soon would you want the goals that you had listed over here? They're going to tell you as soon as possible. Are you willing to be coachable? Like, there's a whole bunch of questions you can ask over here, right? And they're qualifying like, oh, yes, I want it. I want it as soon as possible. I'm a 10 out of 10. I'm excited. You can even ask them, do you feel like what I walked you today can genuinely get you the results that you want, or how do you feel? Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't. And then you want to obviously fix the error. But 99% of the time, they're going to say yes, because you did a good job at the delivery of the program, right? And lastly, we have congrats. I'm going to let you in. The product is 6 months, like I mentioned, and it's $10,000 or it's $15,000. Let's go ahead and get started, right? Now, this is where people get it tricky. There's a lot of people, when it comes to like dropping the price, I'm sure they all work at the end of the day as long as someone's deal is getting closed, but you don't want to make it, you don't want to overcomplicate it. Like I said, going back to the mindset of knowing it's normal for people to pay for your program in full. It's normal for people to get results because that's true, right? You're selling for an offer that gets results. And it's normal to feel nervous at times. But at the end of the day, they're looking at you for confidence. You have to have so much conviction and confidence in them to actually make a decision, because they're looking at you as a coach and as a mentor, and as you serving them, they're looking at you for confidence. And there's moments where I'll mention like, dude, you know what? I know we can help you out. I know we can get you where you want to be. I think it's just a matter of you getting out of your own way and actually getting the right process in front of you to actually get to your goal. So let's go ahead and kill it. But that's how much conviction and confidence I have with them, right? That's like literally, it's like, dude, you're going to kill it. When someone believes in you that much, it's like, oh my God, I feel great. Because most closers get scared at dropping the price and they're like, it's 10,000. Do you want to pay? And they just start like shrinking. Like, no, like, I know we can help you out. I'm excited for you. I'm proud of you, dude. Let's kill it. That's how much conviction and confidence you have to have. Like, think about it. If you genuinely have that much confidence and conviction with the prospect you're talking to, they're going to feel it. But the problem is sometimes, like, you don't have to close everyone. There's going to be leads sometimes. They're just like, dude, like, what are you doing? Get off the phone 2 minutes in. Like, I tell my sales reps now on my sales teams, you don't have to close everybody, because sometimes they end up they're more of a pain in the ass and they're more of a problem, and you don't want to deal with that. But if you genuinely know someone's had a problem for a very long time and they know they can get the solution, they just need that push, you can do it. Anyways, going back to dropping the price. I've seen people say like the first person to talk loses the sale. I've seen people say this tactic works. Dude, there's so many tactics, but what I like to do, it's called pattern interrupt. And it doesn't work all the time, but it does work very, very often. Let's say I'm selling a product and it's $15,000, okay? What I like to do is I say, hey, look, congrats, I'm gonna let you win. The program runs for 6 months and it's $15K. By the way, do you have a WhatsApp? So immediately, pattern interrupt a question, do you have a WhatsApp? Most of the time they're gonna say, yes, I do. Okay, awesome. So go ahead and shoot me your details here. Your first name is this. And then your last name is this, your email is this, your number is this. Awesome. And then the card that you want to use, what type of card is it? Right? They're going to end up telling you, oh, it's an American Express, or it's this bank, or it's this whatever it is card. But I'm assuming the sale. Okay? Even though I know maybe they can't financially afford the $15K, I am still going for the close. I'm assuming it. Although if I'm on a conversation with someone, they're telling me like, dude, Adam, like my family is literally 2 generations broke and everyone's in like over $100,000 in debt. I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay, it's $15K. Would you like to pay? No, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be like, dude, like I'll straight up be like, hey, look, lead, like I'm not stupid. You told me finances were an issue. You had told me your goal was to make $3,000 when you're only making $500 a month. 15K can be a lot. I know. Don't worry. We're going to figure out a solution for you. And I assume the payment plan, or I assume the sale. I'm assuming it because it's normal for people to pay in full, and most people struggle with that because of that issue. And, you know, it took me a while to really hone this down because when I first started closing for this personal development offer, I had barely any confidence in myself. I wasn't even making that much as a salesperson, to be honest, like straight up. And so for me to be selling 15K, it was tough. I had to make sure the results are there, and I had to make sure I believed in the product to actually get there. And because I had so much conviction in both of those things, I was able to close these deals. And obviously I have another video on objection handles and stuff like that, but this whole process, guys, is literally 15 minutes. Pre-frame literally takes about 30 seconds. Not too crazy. Discovery, at best, you're going to be pushing for 5 minutes, right? Putting them in state takes about 45 seconds. Not that long of a time. Program pitch, 2 minutes. You don't want to over deliver on the pitch too much because the program too much is really you're going to confuse them. Then you can go for takeaways, 3 minutes, congratulate them, and then actually drop the price on the program. You can go for another, literally like 2 minutes. What is that? 5 minutes, 45, that's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. You're saying you have an extra room for 14 minutes. Like I said, it sounds crazy for you guys, but I'm telling you right now, less is more. 80% them, 20% you, asking needle-moving questions. And if you guys want actual, genuine, good questions to ask in your sales calls, whether you're an existing closer or setter, or you're an aspiring closing or setter, I have free value in my description for questions and all the type of good stuff that you need to be successful in the high-ticket sales space. Like, literally needle-moving questions for you to do this. Because, like, when I first started high-ticket sales, the idea of closing high-ticket with this short amount of time was a limiting belief. I didn't believe it. I thought it had to be within 45 minutes to an hour or a 2-call close. Guys, I'm telling you right now, it literally can be so short. But most people have limiting beliefs, and I'm here to break that for you. So literally, like I said, a lot of material in my description. Apply and get those resources because I'm telling you, I'm in the trenches all day long in sales. Like, I don't want to come off as a sales guru. This is literally the sauce that's allowed me to close over $1 million in high-ticket close deals. Cash collected, not revenue. Genuine cash collected, because I hate people are spending out like numbers like that. So like, if I can do it, you guys can literally do it too. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.